Hey, how's everybody doing? Name's Sean Bennett. I am an MS survivor. I contribute that to mainly the procedure I went through this time last year. Um, for those of you who follow my YouTube, this has been a post that's been a long time coming. I wanted to do one close to my 6 month checkup. I didn't post one. I kind of got nervous, but I'm deciding to do a posting now. Um, Things have been on the up and up, really good. Um, where do I start? Um, I know that since I went through mobilization, the the need for a cane was gone. I know that uh, I thank God every day that I um, followed a lot of folks online and with the procedure itself. Again, for those of you who don't know, it's a hemopoietic stem cell transplant. That's what I had. It's basically a chemo procedure. I know stem cells in the name, but it's a revised form of a bone marrow transplant. Just know that it doesn't go as in depth. You're not having chemo as long, but it's almost identical, almost, to a bone marrow transplant, minus getting the stem cells from bone marrow. You get them out of your blood. Um, Let me back up here. Um, Today, I am about 10 and a half months post procedure, which means I had the procedure July 25th, 2016. I was at Northwestern Memorial in Chicago and saw the best doctor for MS on the face of the planet. That's my opinion, hands down. This man was the creator of the procedure. Like I said, it's a lot like a bone marrow transplant. He started as an oncologist, um, and now works as a hematologist at Northwestern. But again, uh, it's a revised version of a bone marrow transplant. It's a chemo procedure that I had, and I know lots of people, they hear the word chemo, they freak out, they get scared. But I am here. I am living proof, along with thousands of other folks who go not only to Chicago but all around the globe and see the world's best doctors to receive this transplant. News. Let's see here. About 10 and a half months post, um, I am doing, I'll say, a cajillion times better. Let's put it this way. See how my legs cross right there at the bottom of the screen? Um, I could not keep my legs crossed. MS affected my legs, among other things. It ruined my heat tolerance and my cold tolerance. Things are immensely better than what they are now, or were then, excuse me. Well, now as post transplant, um, going through what you go through, it is suggested, and I'll say I strongly suggest, to stay active, to be physical, to work out. Physical therapy, occupational therapy are key components to an individual's recovery who goes through such a mm, devastating disease like MS. It is. It is not something I wish upon my worst enemy. I would rather put a gun to their head, blow their brains out, and say, hey, you're better off than having this disease. And that is the God honest truth. I hate to be blunt like that, but it is a very nasty, very, in males, it can be very, very, very aggressive. I know that women are more likely to contract the disease, but males have it more aggressively. Just know that. That's why I say that. So, 10 and a half months post, doing some physical exercises a lot. And no, that's not a spasm. I'm just wiggling my foot. That's why my calf looks funny. But I put a step counter on my phone. And I can't vouch for everyone, but please, anyone who wants to chime in. I'm walking, and this is an exercise I do. I pace around the house here, mainly in the air conditioning, because I hate being hot anyways. But I do go out in the heat. I have been known to go out and walk 2,000-3,000 steps in 100-degree, 105-degree weather plus humidity. That is massive. But I am got a counter on my phone for every step I take. It is advised for the average Joe to take 10,000 steps a day. Since I put the counter on my phone, I have noticed that I'll go greatly over that. And some of my Facebook postings, some of my followers and friends, they see this stuff. If 10,000 is recommended a day in 24 hours, and I get 20,000, 21,000 steps in a day, that alone is a key to why I say I'm recovering so well. Again, I like to be physical. I don't lift weights. Main problem because when I try to use the legs real heavy on anything, say I'm picking up some blocks, some patio blocks or something, some 16 by 16 blocks, my legs can get spastic, and I need to work on exercises and find things that help me with that, but it is it's still there, like I said many times before, it's not a cure. Dr. Burt doesn't call it a cure, but I will say I'm cured. Just for the simple fact alone, this time last year before transplant, I could barely walk maybe 500, maybe 1,000 steps a day. And I couldn't do it. I was cane ridden, and I'm no longer cane ridden, even though that cane is immensely beautiful. Hand carved wood cane, beautiful. But there are some things I wanted to discuss and go over with you with. Post-transplant, it's good things to work on physicalities. So let's say my walking, just like in the MS gym, which I am a member of and I do follow and do the exercise regimens and try to stay on top of things like that. It's training your brain to tell the body what to do and function normally. Okay. Now the neural pathways, like the creator of the MS Gym talks about, is something that's destroyed. So think about this: the nerves are destroyed. The nerves are neural pathways. Okay, you destroy the myelin tissue, which is what MS creates, causing the lesions, destroying the myelin tissue, and eventually it kind of attacks the nerves a little. I'm assuming, I'm not 100% sure, not a doctor, but just bear with me. But it interrupts the signals, and like I tell everybody before, I was a mechanic all my life, so imagine corrosion on wiring. When you break the rubber coating around the wire, the corrosion is basically a lesion on the body's wiring, creating interrupted signals, horrible signals, failure to fire certain aspects, certain muscles. Even when it progresses further into progressive cases, it can shut down organs. Now everybody says this disease, every doctor mainly, could say this disease is not a life-threatening disease, but know this: it kills everyone. Anybody who's got MS knows that it destroys the body, the central nervous system of the body, so much that your organs shut down. So in a way, yes, it kills you. Let's not beat around the bush and let's be dead serious and honest. Again, I walk, maybe it's just under 9 miles a day I can count, and it is amazing. I don't want to get up and walk, but I might, just to show you You'll see me go off screen, kind of come back a little because I'm not holding my phone to record this, but it is the regiments that we do to retrain and relearn with our body and destroy the underlying cause of MS. Now remember, as long as you don't push yourself too hard, it's not going to hurt you. But training your body to do other things, to work on different neural pathways, to receive those signals is the point of the procedure. Again, MS is a horrible disease. Now, HSCT, hematopoietic stem cell transplant, it will stop the progression of the disease. It's not a cure. It's up to everybody else to kind of retrain their body and get it to learn how to function. So, just to show you a little bit, I know in some of my earlier YouTube videos, it was hard to catch. I had the cane with me and the camera was all bouncy. But I'm going to go off screen for like a split second and you're going to see me walk back across tall and happy and doing all right. So let's see here. We're going to back up, back off. Now, right here. You see that, folks? That would have taken a little bit longer, mind you that, because I was cane ridden last time this year. And it definitely wouldn't happen as long as I do it. You know, when I walk for a couple hours, let's say, I'm getting my steps in. And yes, I am kind of pushing my body to work and relearn how to communicate with the body itself. You know, the brain and the spine is unable to communicate because of the lesions. So it's huge for us to stay on top of things. Now, secondly, not just the HSCT, not just the MS gym. Know this, okay? I was a mechanic all my life, and it came out of the blue towards the end of 2014, and it put my dick in the dirt. Let's put it that way. It hit me hard. Now, as of Tuesday, here pretty soon, I have an interview to go back to full-time work. Yeah. Not as a mechanic. Again, my body, I'm not going to stress my body out that much and hurt it. But full-time work as a service advisor, trying to, and be back in my field. Now, mind you this, that doesn't happen very, very often with this disease, okay? So when you think of MS, and anybody who knows anything about it will tell you it's only going to get worse and worse and worse and worse, okay? To stop the progression like I did and to work on my body, recommunicating, understanding how to walk and function, maybe someday run. I'm too big still. I don't want to hurt my knees anyways. But recommunicating to function out back in society. That doesn't happen very often with people with MS, okay? That is like the one thing everybody fails to understand. They're like, oh, you have MS. You have like 20 so odd years before it hurts you. No, it hurts you every single day of your life. And if you let it, that's the worst part about it. We got to get up. We got to be physical. Even for those that aren't in remission, even for those that haven't gone through HSCT, it is possible to help slow the progression by being physical, by not overdoing it, but just exercising your body a little, training it to talk to the rest of the body. Like I said, the mind and spine is the neural network of the body, and the muscles and organs and everything else is what's getting the interrupted, the dirty signals. So training the body to communicate a little better will help us all, no matter what. Now, you never want to overdo it, especially with MS and especially with HSCT. Like I said, I'm in remission. It's not technically called a cure, even though You know, I'm looking almost cured. There isn't 100% of symptom relief, but I have very, very many symptoms relieved from the procedure. Um, it you can't overdo your body, okay? You don't want to push yourself out of remission, but you do want to train your body to communicate better. So just remember that it is a work in progress. Nothing will happen overnight. Never will. And the better we work, the more we work towards achieving our goals, the happier we are. Not just up here, but in life in general. So remember, this is a process that we all have to go through. But, what did I say? In my 6-month checkup, I didn't post back then. Okay, Dr. Burt, he did say to me that the lesions were looking smaller. And there is no new activity. Now, again, I'm a little behind on updating. Like I said, this was back in January when I had my 6-month checkup. We're looking at June 15th now. So, yeah, I've been kind of procrastinating, been kind of keeping on top of my life and doing things I needed to focus on. But still remaining with my eye on the prize and getting the goals we need to achieve. But my lesions are getting smaller. And judging by the amount of steps even I get and what I do, I'm going to stake my life on it. No, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to just say that I'm still in remission, and they're going to be even smaller come my 1 year, my 1 year follow-up. Now, I know for my HSCT family, I'm not there. A lot of you guys are doing the 1 year checkup right about now. I'm kind of giving it some time. Like I said, I'm looking back into full-time work, don't have a full-time job, but for now, let's wait till Medicare comes in so I don't have to worry about insurance and that whole fiasco. But just know that I love y'all, and I want you guys to continue to get better. And I'm thinking of you all the time. MSers, non-MSers. It is a battle, no matter what. I want you all to know that every single day. And as long as you keep the right set of mind and the positive attitude, is the main thing. It keeps you going, and it keeps hope in your life. So, sorry if I missed anybody up in Chicago doing the 1 year. Mine's not going to be till September, but I have my reasons behind it. It's not because I don't want to see y'all. And I do know, I don't want to mention exactly when because I don't remember, but there is a 1 year, what do they call it, an anniversary that we're all going to have. It's over in Indianapolis, I do believe. So just know that this has been a life-altering, a life-changing, for the better, experience, and things are looking better and better every single day. Now, I thank everything to HSCT and the MS Gym. It is keeping me active and keeping my mind frame and keeping me doing what I need to do to actually repair and rebuild my body. So I'll do more updates eventually, but I love y'all, and just know that I'm sorry I didn't update any sooner. You guys have a good one, and we'll be in touch.